Was on his toes earlier here. We've got so much history and nostalgia when you talk about the Maple Leaf Trot over the year. Randy touched on it off the top. Those big wooden boards we all remember. All those great champions, great horses, and great horsemen that have won this race. It takes a special one to win it. And we've got a special group on the gate. It's the 7th race next from Mohawk Park. A great summer-fall tradition, the Maple Leaf Trot. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Hustling out of there is Logan Park. Coming out with him is Fashion Frenzy. Forbidden Trade's on the gas pedal, getting off the gate tonight, 3rd. Sizing them up on the outside, there's the Mare Atlanta, 4th. Through at the inside, it's Academic into 5th. Backed up to 6th goes Acurie D. Further back, 7th, back of the neck, racing 8th outside is Perfetto. And Locatelli is trailing early from a 9th as they roll into turn 1. And there goes Fashion Frenzy sweeping up to take the lead. Fashion Frenzy on point. Atlanta's in hot pursuit on the outside. Parked out through a 26-4 first quarter, and on the inside, Fashion Frenzy. On the outside, Atlanta, and Atlanta forges her way to the front for Gingras on the way to 3/8. Back into 2nd goes Fashion Frenzy. Logan Park is 3rd. Forbidden Trade is 4th. 5th inside to its Academic. Further back, 6th now, Acurie D. 7th waiting on cover, back of the neck. Perfetto gets underway. Locatelli trails. Atlanta's in charge off the 26-4 quarter. She lands them at the half in 55-1, and it's Atlanta going into the final turn, operating on a lead of a length and a half. Right there in the pocket spot, Fashion Frenzy 2nd. Logan Park is 3rd. A first over task for Acurie D as he advances steadily on the rim, picking up a cover on the outside. There's his stablemate, back of the neck, towed up. Fashion Frenzy with an aggressive pocket pop right now for Waugh as he'll go after the Mare Atlanta on the way to 3/4. It's Atlanta. Fashion Frenzy coming to her. 3/4 trot in 1:23-2, a 28-1 3rd quarter. Atlanta's under fierce attack as Fashion Frenzy lets her have it. In behind horses, Logan Park looking for a way through. Acurie D kicks out off cover. Atlanta's given way. Fashion Frenzy, check out back of the neck. We could have an upset. It's back of the neck charging on the outside now late. And it's back of the neck on the outside coming on at 9-1. Back of the neck scores his first win this year, and what a time to do it. Back of the neck in a Maple Leaf Trot upset in 151.
Maple Leaf Trot just completed here, Randy, and, you know, turning for home, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was only going to come down to a couple of them. Then all of a sudden, halfway down the lane, the complexion changed, and suddenly a bunch of them were in with a chance, and it ends up being Tetrick for the other Svanstedt pupil, back of the neck, getting the win.
Yeah, great night for Åke, 1-2. I mean, his horse raced fantastic. Hasn't been doing a whole lot of racing in his last few starts. He's only had 3 starts this year, so maybe he might have been missing that 7 days rotation, but Tetrick did a fantastic job with this horse, and that's the gift of getting a Timmy Tetrick. You know, he hasn't drove this horse in a while, if ever, you know, boom, just gets up behind him and gets the biggest mile out of the horse that the horse has gone yet. And it's just amazing. It's a fantastic Tetrick drive. But I also want to say, too, big shout out to Forbidden Trade with a fast closing 3rd. You know, he hasn't been able to get that Maple Leaf Trot winner's circle appearance yet, but, you know, maybe next year.
Maybe next year, and you see this is Tetrick's first time sitting behind this one. It's Tetrick's 3rd win in this race, so he shares that with you now. And just talk about how special it is to win a race like this.
It's very special, you know. I mean, when you grow up and this race, the Pacing Derby, which we're going to see later on, and the Queen City, which turned into the North American Cup, those were the big 3. Those were the ones that you wanted to win. And now, you know, Timmy's win it 3 times, and I'm very happy for him. You know, he's a great guy and just an absolutely fantastic driver.
I'm sure a trying week for Team Svanstedt, but this will raise the spirits a little bit with a 1-2 finish in this year's Maple Leaf Trot final. Ken?
No better cure than winning a race. Back of the neck here with a 9-1 upset in the Maple Leaf Trot as he is on his way back to victory lane. Back in the neck of 5-year-old trotting son of Ready Cash out of the Andover Hall mare, Big Barb. Owned by Howard Taylor, the order by Stable-Judith Taylor and Åke Svanstedt Incorporated of New Jersey. The Order by Stables homebred trained by Svanstedt, driven to victory this evening by Tim Tetrick. Slow start to the season for the trotting son of Ready Cash, who went 5 for 12 last year. But he notches his first win of the season on a grand stage here tonight, winning our famed Maple Leaf Trot on Canadian soil this evening, off that perfect second over trip mapped out by Tetrick tonight. Back in the next, scoring in the Maple Leaf Trot final, the $610,000 event. And it goes to the trotting son of Ready Cash. Bill O'Donnell with the trophy presentation. And our good friends from COSA and their involvement in harness racing in Ontario. He congratulates team Back of the Neck with a Maple Leaf Trot score in a time of 1:51.
Maple Leaf Trot in the books. Back of the Neck pulls off the upset for Team Svanstedt. Tim Tetrick, the one that engineers it. This now makes 3 for you in this race. I'm sure they're all different, but how does it feel this time?
Well, this one was unexpected. I got the phone call, before the draw come out and said, would I try? And I'm like, well, sure. And, it worked out, and we got a good post, and everything worked out to perfection.
Take us through the trip, because I know turning for home, I was kind of only just focusing on a couple of horses, but then suddenly it seemed like there were a whole bunch of them in contention.
Yeah, I was right in a good spot. I followed Åke up. I think we got away 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th, and Åke led us right up there, and the fractions were fair, and, I come off Åke's back, and he did the rest. It was pretty easy.
When you go into a race like this behind a horse you've never driven, obviously you've driven against him. What's the process for you?
Well, this horse is pretty easy to drive, and I actually asked Scott Zurn about him because he drove him, and Sarah's driven him and stuff, and he said just give him a target. As long as he has a target, he can pass almost anybody if he's any good, and they had him good. Sarah and Åke had him ready, so my job was easy.
I know for Sarah and Åke, this has obviously been a trying week, but this is going to raise their spirits a little bit, finishing 1-2.
Well, I wanted the other one in the race, especially for the connections. It's sad, and I wanted to watch the other horse because I'm a fan of him. He's amazing, and but lucky for me, and I got to win. So
13,000 wins earlier this week. Now you get yourself a Maple Leaf Trot. Things are going pretty good, aren't they?
Timmy T's life's not too bad.
That'll be. Congratulations, buddy. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
There's Tim Tetrick. He gets Back of the Neck to victory lane in this year's Maple Leaf Trot and does it at a nice 9-to-1 price.